As great as Social Security is and how reliant most of us are on our monthly benefit, they can also make some major mistakes, costing beneficiaries thousands upon thousands of dollars, and in some instances, tens of thousands of dollars. Well, I was just reading this article right here, which I will be popping up on the screen for you in just a second, so you can see exactly what's happening here. But this unsuspecting person logged into their My Social Security account only to find a $5,000 bill waiting for them from Social Security, and they have no idea where that came from. So again, I'm going to pop this up in just a second so we can talk about the details of what's happening here, and I want to talk about your rights as a Social Security beneficiary, or basically anybody who happens to get this type of bill from Social Security, your options on how you can possibly get out of something like that, and what you need to know as a beneficiary, because unfortunately, things like this are happening way too often. Now, I don't want to instill fear in anybody, because it's not happening like, whoa, every single day this is happening to millions of people. No, it's not like that. But they absolutely 100% make mistakes, and it costs the beneficiary. And at the end of the day, who's right? Is it the beneficiary or is it Social Security? Most of the time, Social Security is like, hey, we're the king. We're always right, right? They're not. They're not always right. In fact, they're not right nearly all the time. So therefore, the beneficiaries, you need to know your options in these types of situations, okay? All right, anyway, I'm going to pop this up in just a second. Now, here's the deal. I completely recognize, we all recognize this. As a fixed income beneficiary relying on Social Security, money is like very important. Whether you care about money or not, think of it this way. Money to a beneficiary is livelihood. There's a couple different ways that we can get more of it, save more of it, or basically just have more in our possession. Number one would be increasing our income or increasing our benefit. That's not very realistic for a lot of people. And option number two is to save money. Well, seriously, if you've not done so, make sure to call these advisors, as they will look through all of your situations in regards to your Medicare coverages, as in find you better plans, find you better coverages, save you a ton of money. The average senior, by the way, that's calling them is saving $1,100 from a simple 5, 10, 15, maybe 20-minute phone call to get a quick free review with an advisor to see what options you have. Seriously. Give them a call. There's thousands of seniors here in this community that have already called them, and a lot of you saving a lot of money. Well, here's the deal. Not sure about you, but if you could call them, seriously, and you could save the average, like the average person, and save nearly $100 per month, would that help out your situation a little bit? Yeah, absolutely. Which, by the way, that's not guaranteed. That's the average savings, $1,100 for the year, nearly $100 per month of savings from a simple phone call. Seriously, give them a call. Just have them do a quick review on your current situation, see where you're at, see what options you have, ask them all the questions you want, okay, in regards to your Medicare. And again, it could be a supplement, Medigap plan, Part D plan, Medicare Advantage, initial enrollment into Medicare. If you're turning 65 or retiring, totally worth it. As a fixed income beneficiary, we need to be so vigilant about literally every single penny and every single dollar that is being taken out of our payments, our checks, right? All right, anyway, seriously, give them a call after you talk to them and get a bunch of reviews, savings, whatever it happens to be. Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to give you a shout out in a future video and highlight your situation. All right, anyway, let's pop up this article right here, right now. And I want to talk through the details about this, because this is a little bit of a unique situation, but at the same time, not that unique. And I want to point out what your options are as a Social Security beneficiary if you happen to face a nightmare situation like this. Okay, in this article right here, you can see this person is 35, okay? It was 35, this individual. She was recommended by her financial advisor to create a My Social Security account. And I'm not your financial advisor, but I would say this much. If you don't have a My Social Security account, you probably want to sign up for one. It is totally free on the Social Security website. I'm just saying, it would make your life a lot easier at some point. I promise you that much. Okay, it's free to set up. It's honestly a little bit of a process to sign up for. I've done it. I did it a couple years ago. Well, a few years ago now. But it's a nice, handy tool to have. I log in like maybe 2 or 3 times a year to look at it. It's a good tool to have. Okay. Anyway, you don't have to. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying it would help you out at some point if you want to. But anyway, this person, 35, she signs up. She logs into her account and finds, wait, a bill? $5,000 from Social Security? What do you mean, right? I never got benefits. By the way, I'm kind of like talking on the behalf of this person highlighted in the article here. So according to what she's saying, she has never received benefits, whether it's retirement, obviously she's not old enough, spousal, again, not old enough, survivors, disability, SSI, any of these benefits. She says she has not received any of these benefits. Her husband has not received any of these benefits, which wouldn't really matter anyway because it would be on his own situation, his own record. But situation being is that she, to her knowledge, has never received these benefits. And she doesn't know why she would be having a bill of $5,000 from Social Security, wondering, what is this all about, right? Well, there's been some speculation. By the way, this was highlighted in a Reddit post. Okay, you probably saw it in the article there, where she was kind of wondering, like, what's going on here? Why? Why did I get this? Well, there's been some speculation that maybe when she was younger, she was getting child's benefits. That could be an option. You would think that she would have known about that, though, right? Maybe not. Maybe she didn't, but that was one speculation. Or maybe this is just plain all out, whoops, wrong person. Sorry, everybody, we got the wrong person here. That could be an option, too. But in this situation where she says, I don't know what this is all about, assuming that we're trusting that she really doesn't know what this is all about, she has a couple options, right? And this is the same situation for everybody. It's not like this one random person has this, this special circumstance where she gets these special options. No, this is available to everybody. And here's what I would recommend. Again, not here to tell you what to do. You got to do your own situation. I'm not going to tell you what to do. All I'm saying is that if I could make a recommendation, here is what I would say. If you happen to get an overpayment letter, if you happen to get some random bill in your My Social Security account like this individual did, if you happen to get anything like this out of Social Security where they're saying, you owe us money, you have some options because they do make mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you see this out there all the time, right? It's not like super widespread, but surprisingly enough, a lot of benefits out there are actually not even accurate. Not even accurate. Like the benefits that people are getting, retirement benefits, survivors, spousal benefits, SSDI benefits, in many instances are not even calculated properly because of some abnormality, some anomaly, something like that, some inconsistency showing up on somebody's work record, something, their income record over the last 35 years or however long their work record is, some type of abnormality, some kind of mistake on that, which is skewing their benefit, and their benefit's not even accurate as a result. It happens way more often than you actually think it would. Anyway, point being is that if this happens to be you in any type of situation, if you ever receive an overpayment letter, some kind of bill from Social Security, some random bill within your My Social Security account, you have a couple options. Number one, you can file an appeal. You can file an appeal just straight up, hey, I'm appealing this because it wasn't my fault. I did not do this. This is on you. You guys messed it up. You know what I mean? Something like that. You can just straight up appeal it. Okay, that's option one. Option two would be you could file a waiver. A waiver basically just says kind of the same thing as an appeal. It's similar anyway. Basically just stating, hey, I'm filing a waiver simply because I don't have the money to pay for this. If I were to do this, it would make me homeless. You can basically file this waiver and essentially say, under my extenuating circumstances, I cannot repay this, or I don't have the money to repay this, or if you were to garnish my benefit substantially to the point where I would have to repay this over a certain amount of time, then you would push me into, a homeless type of situation, whatever. But in that situation, you have to fill out some paperwork, but you can file for that. It's not granted all the time, but if it is, then they can work with you on this. They can reduce the garnishment amount. They can completely just appeal and just say, okay, you're good. You're off the hook on this, and they can just erase it from your account. There are options here, okay? Or option being is this. You can just cut a check to Social Security and say, here you go. Sorry, not sure what that was all about, but here you go. Here's just a couple $1,000s for no good reason. You could do that. I wouldn't do that. I mean, that would just seem like a waste of money to me. But you can certainly do that if you want to. Or another option would be is you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing. Now, I wouldn't recommend that either, but I'm just saying you could do nothing. And if that's your situation, they will automatically start garnishing your benefit checks. After a set period of time, they will just automatically garnish your benefits if you do nothing. And then if you still do nothing and you don't get benefits, then they turn it over to the Treasury, which is called the Treasury Offset Program, the TOP program, where the Treasury comes in and they intercept wages, they intercept federal tax returns, they intercept money from you, and they basically get the money at some point. So your best bet would be, honestly, filing an appeal or filing a waiver. Doing nothing is not necessarily a winning strategy. I'm just saying, okay? Anyway, hopefully this person here in this article, hopefully she got to figure that out and see what the situation was, and hopefully she got that handled so she didn't have to pay that. But it was still unclear, according to the article there, why she had that bill in her account. We don't know yet, but interesting. Anyway, I just want to point out your options as somebody that potentially could be facing this situation at some point. If you haven't yet, hopefully you never need to. All I'm saying is that unfortunately, this impacts way more people than we actually recognize. Improper payments, let's just say that much. Okay. All right. Anyway, if you want to save some money, if you want to get some better coverages, sleep easier at night knowing that you probably have some better coverages, make sure to just give the advisors a call. Seriously, just give them a quick call. Talk to them 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. Possibly get you significantly better coverages, possibly save you a boatload of money, possibly do something so that you can see the doctors and providers you want, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you can visit, any other benefits, things like that. The prescription needs, if you have any at all. Seriously, you never know unless you ask. That is my motto in life. Ask, and a lot of times you're going to receive something favorable to you. You just don't know. You have to ask, right? Which again, why I'm asking you. Here you go. There you go. Give them a call. Seriously, you don't know. Just ask. It doesn't hurt to ask, okay? Totally free. And again, the average senior that's calling them is saving $1,100 of average savings. Some save more, some save less, but that's the average. Absolutely incredible. All right, anyway, please enjoy your day. Thanks so much for being here. Subscribe if you're new here. If you've not done so, please consider subscribing. Please share this video. Big share button right down below. Check out the nearly 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen right now. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy. I hope I can see you again soon in the next video. Until then,